We're back for another edition of SVG's On the Gridiron series. We're here to talk to all teams about what they're doing at their facilities across the nation, about how they're producing content in this weird 2020 season. I have a pleasure now to speak with Mike Stevens. He is Operations Manager of Video Engineering for the Indianapolis Colts. Mike, how's it in Indy? How's the team? How are you doing? And how's things going so far this year?
Indy's good. Actually, our state government just kind of started stage 5 of our plan to reopen the city. But Colts are great. We're on a 2-game winning streak. Just wrapped up a back-to-back home series, and we're just chugging forward, getting ready for Chicago this weekend, and getting content together for our in-stadium show. Plus, planning ahead for what we might hopefully are going to be more fans in the stands for our next home game.
Good. All right. Good starting point there. We'll start right there. You are a team that had fans in there in the lower bowl at Lucas Oil for the first couple of games. You had more this past weekend. What's it like producing for those fans, and what's the content strategy in terms of elements on those video boards? Oh,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, we take the approach of whether we have 65,000 fans or 5 fans in the stands. Right. Our goal is to do the show for the same amount of people in the same show. I love it just because we can give our fans that experience who have taken, the initiative to come to the game, who have been able to come to the game. We can give them the experience that they expect coming to a Colts home game.
Right. Okay. Safety protocols inside the control room and around the facility. What do those look like? How are you guys staying safe? And talk a little bit about how the tiering system is working within the organization.
Well, with the tiering system, we have 4 people from our content team a part of in the tiered system. So they do have access to the football side of the building and players. They can go to practice and they can be on the field during the games. Our photographer will take pictures from the field. He'll also go out to practice. Matt Bowen, he's great photographer. And then our videographers, Matt Wilkening and Matthew Dominic, they have tiered access. They're tier 2 as well, so they get to go out to practicing games and interact with the players and get great content there. Then Amber Darrow, our social media, she'll go out there too and try to get the players to get content for her and also just for everything, which is across the platform.
For fans that are unfortunately not able to get into the stadium, what are you guys doing to kind of supply them with some Colts football on a Sunday, Monday, or Thursday?
Well, we have integrated now our in-house production system for our pregame stream. So while the guys are out there stretching and warming up, we will go live to Facebook and to the mobile app and our website along with Lara Overton and Jeffrey Gorman. They'll come in and commentate, kind of give you an idea what to expect for the game. But it kind of brings our fans who can't come to the game into the stadium and give them an experience that they would see if they were there on the big screen.
Okay. One big change that's happened in the past couple of weeks, the NFL uncapped you guys. You guys were stuck at a certain decibel level in terms of stuff you were playing inside the bowl that the fans and the players were hearing. But now you guys are unchanged. You can go as loud as you want. How are you guys bringing the boom and the home field advantage inside that Lucas Oil Stadium dome?
It's great. It's actually a vast improvement. And with our most recent game being less than 24 hours from right now, it's been definitely a lot of positive feedback with being allowed to kind of expand upon our music, our stingers, our PA, our prompts, anything that we can, that's not our curated crowd noise, that we can push a little harder. It gets the fans going, gets the players going. So it was a really nice thing for the league to kind of lift that. And, but we're still kind of keeping an eye on it just because we don't want to blow 7,500 people's ears out, with loud music. But it's been great. And the feedback so far has been very positive.
So Mike, you guys are also doing some new things this year, in addition to what you guys have done in previous years. Tell me a little bit about one of the things that you're doing for games when the team's on the road.
Well, our radio crew can't travel this year, and I think a lot of other teams in the league are following that suit as well. So we have brought our radio broadcasts we're doing them from Indianapolis for all of our road games this year. So week 1, we were in Jacksonville. We did our entire radio broadcast from the control room in Indianapolis with our play-by-play, Matt Taylor, our color commentator, Rick Venturi, and our sideline reporter, Lara Overton. And we contact the NFL, and the NFL was very open to letting us take feeds from CBS or Fox or whoever's doing the game on the road, and feeding it to us via the Switch. So we've been working with the Switch and the local engineers at the stadiums that we are traveling to, and working to get the all 20. We get the all 22 feed from the house or from CBS, and then we also get network programs. So it's definitely been an interesting experience, to say the least, especially for our talent who have embraced the fact that they're sitting in a control room thousands of miles away, but still being able to see what they need to see in order to efficiently call the game. And our engineering team, Chris Buckley at the stadium, he's been awesome in helping us get us all set up, and obviously taking half of his Sundays away from him during the season, but very, very thankful for his work and for the work that Mike North at the league and Blake Jones have done to really make this a reality, and to be honest with you, make it pretty easy on us to arrange getting those feeds, and we're also working with the home radio stations to get crowd and referee mic feeds down the back hall from the radio stations to our home to our media partners at MS Communications here in Indianapolis.
Is a tinge of what the MLB teams did during the weird season that was the regular season, kind of relying on the home RSNs and getting those feeds. Did you kind of take any lessons from that aspect, or you kind of went in saying, hey, we kind of know what we want, we'll work with these networks or whoever's down at the game, or you kind of just went your own route, or did you kind of learn lessons from Major League Baseball?
It's funny you say that, because I actually did work with the Indiana Pacers here locally, because they were basically doing the same thing. They were getting a program feed from Turner or ESPN, and then a few other feeds here and there, and they were calling the games from their home arenas, and the Pacers were doing it. I know a lot of other NBA teams. Well, every NBA team was doing it with the RSNs, but it's funny you say that, because that I experienced that before we really got into discussing doing this for our radio department. So it was definitely beneficial to see how they got all the feeds that they needed, all the audio that they needed, and having all these embedded channels of audio down your program feed, so you can hear the director back in Orlando, you can hear an AD in the truck, you can hear Nats from the court, and we had an interview camera, so that the player just walks up to the camera, does the interview, doesn't have to touch anybody or anything, and it is definitely cool to see how the NBA really came together and did that. And yeah, did use some of that knowledge to really get our radio team prepared, and also ask the league for certain things that we knew we needed in order to do a game efficiently.
Before I let you go, Mike, shout outs to the team, or just in general, how proud are you guys to make sure you guys are still doing a bang up job for Colts fans, whether at home or in the stadium?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people to shout out to. First of all, shout out to Dave Knickerbocker, our vice president of content and production, and he's been very crucial in helping Derek Wolf, who's our executive producer on Game Day and manager of Game Day production, really kind of getting in a new cohesive look. We have a new brand that we released this year. We have new brand standards, so getting everything to kind of come together. And yesterday I felt like it was really good to see just the whole look come together with the ribbon boards and the big screen elements and all the advertisements. I mean, everything just kind of ties together, and that's a credit to our creative team, with Derek Wolf and Zach Baker and Chris Albright and all of our graphics teams. They've done a really good job of bringing that look together. and our crew. I mean, we have an amazing crew on game day. We bring in some of, in my opinion, the best technicians in the market in television. On game day, we have some of the best camera operators. We have camera operators and technicians who work professional sports, broadcasts, like
right.
for CBS or for Fox or ESPN. So we have a great crew, and I'm really proud of how we feel like we're in mid-season form right now, even though we've only had 2 games because we didn't have a preseason, but we did have 2 scrimmages. But I feel like we're in mid-season form now. I guess another shout out would be to our content team, our editors. We were talking about this yesterday. Is like our stingers and our in-game content that's meant to be more entertainment than sponsorship or advertising, even though that is a crucial part of our presentation. But to get the fans and the players fired up,
right.
By making some of those fire up videos too, and they've done an amazing job this off season and getting ahead of that and really giving us a great arsenal to really pull from. And I guess my last shout out would be I forgot Kara Boonstra. She's kind of our eyes and ears on game day. She deals with, if anybody has issues, they come to her. She helps us with scripting, and she's like our show flow master. So right. She kind of keeps us on track down there, and really does a great job for us. Really great new addition to our team as well. This is her second season doing that. So I probably missed somebody, but everybody who's been involved in just the craziness of this year and making it so much easier, not just for me, but for the team, to really kind of combat those issues and those obstacles. But we've really gotten through them really well. And I can't be any happier with how we've been able to, work with that and really embrace what we've got to work with.
Right. You guys have done a great job so far. Still a long way to go. A couple more games under your belt, going ahead and moving forward to 2020. So first of all, Mike, congrats on a great run so far. Best of luck moving forward. I appreciate you taking time, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.